Now I want to point this out that I've asked Fight the Flat Earth many times. Why don't they know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way? And he replies continually with, I have told you many times. We do know what gravity is and have detected it, measured it, and quantified it. You just ignoring that is pointless, like you. Okay? Now, this guy is being highly dishonest with me and his audience, and evidently is not caught up with what physicists and science is putting out. Now, he also claims that the evidence I gave him aren't his leading scientists. So now they have to contradict and ignore what the physicists and scientists and professors now have to put forth, which is really damage control because of what the flat earth topic phenomenon is putting out. Now, this guy claims that they have detected gravity itself, measured it and quantified it, so they pick up a rock, drop it, and then time how fast it falls. That is not gravity itself. That is the alleged effects or results of gravity. What do they say gravity causes? Directly detecting gravity itself would be directly detecting an outside force, power, or thing interacting, engaging, or engulfing that rock to make it fall down through current, field, wave, beam, ray, or particle. They have never done that. As I will show you, they do not know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way, and they are also now, by force, having to point out that space-time, gravity, and quantum field theory is doomed. And it's doomed because none of it possesses presence or substance. It is not tangible. Okay? They don't know what gravity is itself because they've never directly detected it. If they could directly detect gravity itself, then they would know exactly what it is, and it would be illogical for them to say what I'm about to show you. One moment, please. Okay, I gotta play it like this. They're giving me trouble with the volume.
So, the stuff that I'm saying here, for example, is not alien to physicists. The physicists are saying precisely the same thing that space-time is doing. We've assumed that space-time is fundamental. We've assumed that for several centuries, and it's been very useful. So all the things that you were mentioning, particles and all the work that's been done, that's all been done to space-time. But now, physicists are saying space-time is doomed. There's no such thing as space-time fundamentally in the laws of physics. And that comes actually out of gravity together with quantum field theory. It just comes right out of it. It's a theory of those two theories put together. But it doesn't tell you what's behind it. So the physicists know that their best theories, Einstein's gravity and quantum field theory put together, entail that space-time cannot be fundamental, and therefore particles in space-time cannot be fundamental.
Okay, so what he just said is that space-time, gravity, and quantum field theory are doomed. Okay? They are doomed in a fundamental manner. Fundamental means core of importance. The reason why they're doomed is because none of it has presence and substance. It is not tangible. They don't know what gravity is itself because they cannot directly detect gravity itself through any means of known propagation of current, field, wave, beam, ray, or particle. It is a concept. Okay? Therefore, time dilation is doomed. It is a concept, a derivative of them saying that mass curves space-time. Okay? Now, they'll tell you that a plane at some high altitude, let's say 30 miles high, that time or an atomic clock will speed up. So you're telling me that there's some presence and substance of some power, force, or thing, or fabric of space-time being curved that singles out in an analog or digital manner the second movement on a clock? No. If anything is affected, which nothing is affected at all, it's all a lie, but if something was affected, it would be the device that we make to track the version of time we invented. Time did not demand us to make 60 seconds a minute. When you see a second hand or any hand on a clock move, it is not time doing that. It is electricity or batteries that move that hand in increments designed and programmed by man. We mandate that 60 seconds are a minute. There is no such thing as time because time itself doesn't have presence or substance. We live in the constant present. As I've said before, yesterday is just a word, okay, that we use to remember past acts that we have accomplished. Tomorrow is just a word to plan for acts we wish to accomplish. We live in the constant present. There is no such thing as time. Time cannot be slowed down or sped up. Why? What would single out the second hand on a clock at altitude? If it's speeding it up, it would be speeding everything up. Not just a second hand on a clock. That is ridiculous. And that's why it is all doomed. Now I will show you something else again. Okay, here we are. Come on. However, if we are to be honest, we don't know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way. After Googling what don't we know about gravity, the number one hit of 198 million results.
We have no idea. Okay, next question. No, here's the difference. We can describe gravity. We can say what it does to other things. We can
Spit it out.
measure it, predict with it. But when you start asking what it is,
Okay, he said, I don't know. And I'm going to leave the link. I'm going to leave the link so you can hear it more clearly and read what it says. However, if we are to be honest, we don't know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way. We only know how it behaves. Blah, blah, blah. We only know how it behaves are the alleged effects and results, what they're telling you, what they're getting you to instantaneously believe, memorize, and regurgitate. They have never directly detected gravity itself. Okay, they allege to have measured gravity by picking up an object and timing how fast it falls. Okay, those are alleged effects and results. Now, Professor Scientist Donald Hoffman and Louis Friedman, or whatever his name is, I'll leave the link to that also, are admitting that quantum field theory, gravity and space-time are doomed because they are not tangible. Okay, they've been useful, yeah, to lead people around in circles for a long time, to deceive you like Fight the Flat Earth does, with his stupid comment, lies, being dishonest to his audience. But why do people progress that? Why won't they face reality? Why don't they know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way? Why doesn't Neil deGrasse Tyson know what gravity is itself? That would all be illogical if they could directly detect gravity itself. They cannot. And I know this as a surety. How can you believe gravity does all these things? Assemble the Earth, every star, every one of your planets, and keeps every person, place, and thing, plus over a quintillion gallons of water to the outside surface of a giant ball, and they've never directly detected one iota of any energy, massive amounts of energy it would take to keep all that water on the outside surface of a ball, you, me, and everything, every place on the outside surface of a ball, either to pull it or curve it or hold it. Okay? Force and power are the byproduct of physical matter. Okay? This guy tried to say, well, what is fear? What is fear? And I had to point out, well, what fear are you talking about? Physical, or forgive me, pain. What is pain? And again, I had to point out what type of pain are you talking about? Physical pain or emotional pain? Either or are byproducts of matter, the person, the physical person. You cannot have pain. You cannot have power or force without physical matter. Okay, electricity or power cannot be produced without a generator. Okay, it can be produced other ways, but only tangible physical matter can produce power, force, emotional pain, or physical pain. The presence and substance of your nerves. These things are byproducts of matter. Okay, now there is no byproduct of gravity. The fabric of space-time being curved by the alleged mass of the Earth, we cannot directly detect one iota of the fabric of space-time, which, if it were curving all matter towards the center of the Earth, this fabric of space-time would have to breach the atmospheres, the gas and oxygen these people call atmospheres. It would have to breach it and travel all the way down to the center of the Earth. Okay? Then they turn around and say a vacuum is nothing, void of matter. That's illogical. They got planets and they got nebula and gas and meteorites and moons. A vacuum void of matter, that's stupid. The stuff you believe, you do so because you don't think. You just instantaneously believe it. A vacuum is the absence of air. Okay? And how it is illogical to believe a vacuum could be infinite, and even worse, expand. We can only demonstrate a vacuum in a container, a closed environment. Once enclosed and contained in a chamber or tank, it cannot expand or stretch. It is ridiculous. The things we believe, pressure, cannot be achieved without a container, tank, or chamber. Okay, and why don't the pressure, gas, and oxygen equalize and fill on the Earth? Because the gas and oxygen produced by the Earth, by people and trees and water and cows, methane, is being consumed almost in an equal manner and cannot fill out and equalize in the Earth like it does in a small tank. There's nothing inside the tank consuming the gas that men force into it in a fast and efficient manner. The Earth is a totally different and vast contained environment.